ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथामह्यं दतिस्वदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सह गण ललित श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राजेन्द्रं सत्यसन्धं दशरथतनयं श्यामलं शान्तमूर्तिं वन्दे लोकाभिरामं रघुकुलतिलकं राघवं रावणारिं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायां पतये नमः। श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीरामचन्द्र शरणं भव राम राम। श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। मत राम मत मत राम मत्पिता रामचन्द्र स्वामी राम मत्सखा रामचन्द्र सर्वस्वं रामचन्द्र दयालु न अन्य नैव जाने न जाने। दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे च जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतेर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनं लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयुधमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं शिरसा नमामि। Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. And we are entering into the day six of, no, day five of our Srimad Ramakathamrtam on the occasion of upcoming Sri Ram Navami festival celebration. Shravanam is very, very important for us so that we can actually develop a taste for Smaranam. Because when our mind is empty, what can we meditate upon? It will be only void. And meditating on void is a thought of school of thought, which develops voidism, but that can only make us immune to the disturbances that are happening in the world, but it will not give us the bliss. Why? Because through the process of meditating on void, what are we doing is we are only not catching on the desires that we have, not catching on the events that are coming in front of us. But is that everything? Is it only detachment? No. The ultimate goal is to reattach, because we were connected to the Supreme Lord. And if we are to attain ultimate goal of our life, the goal is to reconnect through the process of yoga, and not any kind of yoga but bhakti yoga. And how to practice bhakti yoga is by seeing how bhaktas practice bhakti yoga in their life. And the best example we can see here in the form of Hanuma. hmm. Today we are going to discuss about that section of Ramayana that is completely dominated by the heroic acts, hmm, heroic adventures, and ultimate success that Hanuma brings to his master in his service. Yesterday we were closing with Kishkinda Kanda, where the search mission, yeah, mm, left from Kishkinda in all four directions, and the three directions failed, and it was only hope that Angad troop will bring good news. Yeah, that hope is always there in all of us. With the hope we are living. If we wouldn't have this hope, with what purpose will we live? Uh, with what um, uh, expectation can we live? It won't be uh, ever possible. Mm. Just imagine if Sugriv, uh, or no, if Ram, yeah, is seeing this, yeah, okay, the three troops have failed to find Mother Sita, and if you just say, what is there one more direction, then that loss of hope is not so easy to accept. It becomes unbearable. Yeah. And he also, Lord Ram had complete hope also, especially because in this troop is his um, devotee, who is very much dedicated, who is very much capable, who is not ordinary. He is not like any other Vanaras, yeah? Though there are so many Vanaras who are expert in so many ways, but Hanuma is of a different piece. Mm. He has teachers like Surya, he has blessings from all the demigods, and moreover, he is a personality of humility. And all these qualities are there in a person that keeps our hope alive. But it's not so for the person who is actually has a mission on his head, on his shoulder, that Hanuma, along with Angad, when they came out of this black cave at Mahendra Parvat, yeah, they were almost ready to mm, go on a fast, what do you call, hunger strike, yeah, fast till death, and then they thought that is the solution, because by going with the bad news, what are they going to bring? No one will be happy, and it won't be anyway pleasing his master Sugriv, and then death might be anyway inevitable. So Angad lost hope. So though Ram and Sugriv and everyone in Kishkinda had hope on this south troop, but this it's not so easy when there are so many difficulties that are there. Uh, so in the case of in the case of Angad, he struggled, and finally, when by the providence of the Lord, there was Sampati who heard about Jatayu, and then he understood, and then he told, you know what? I have seen Sita being taken by Ravan in his Pushpaka Viman to his place, Lanka. Wow. Huh? Is it not a great news? After all, that was the news they wanted. They wanted to know where is Sita. Huh? But how can they simply trust? Hmm? Can they simply go back and say, I found a vulture called Sampati, who is Jatayu's brother, and then he told, no, he also, they also had a mission that they want to uh, see how is she, and then bring back the news that they indeed have really spotted where Mother Sita is. But it is not so easy just by knowing, then the problem is solved. The actual problem starts now. Why? Because how to go there is a big problem. It's a very big problem. Why? Because, sorry, it's a big problem. Why? Because uh, there is an ocean between the land or the mountain where they were and where the Lanka is. Hmm? And then next early morning, Angad, he wanted to inspire his troop, because everyone has already, as soon as they saw this unseen stopping waves hitting the banks. Then they were kind of shattered with each wave that is hitting, saying, "Hey, is there any chance? Any chance? Any chance?" But slowly, Angad, yeah, to inspire, he started saying, "You know what? Let's see who is able to leap, have a jump from here. How far can we go? Let's start from there." That inspired, yeah. If you go and ask this question in a bunch of youth, hmm, uh, young people, they would immediately, they'll not see so many other things. They would just say, yeah, 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 yeah. In the past, I jumped, 1 meter. I have jumped 2 meters like that. So one wanderer said that I can jump 1 mile. Um, and jumping 1 mile, hmm, how much is that? We are talking about not just few tens. Hmm. And then, but at least this actually kicked out a spirit of competition. He's saying, yeah, you know what? I think I can jump even more. Then another person came and he said, I can jump more. And then he said, I can jump 500 miles. Now we are talking about not tens. Now the figure looks better, 500 miles. And then um, mm, in one go, yeah, not just with yeah, whatever breaks, but in one go I can, yeah, jump 500 miles. That was very nice, and but was not enough. And then they turned to their master, okay, because his master is not ordinary, Angad. Hmm? Then everyone, when they saw him, Angad was saying, you know what, I can jump 800 miles. That news was very happy. Why? Because everyone wanted that one could jump 800 miles. Why? Because the distance that they have to cross over this ocean is 800 miles. They found the person who can do it. Everyone is excited. And while everyone were already in a mood of celebration, uh, but came. What is that but? Angad was not sure whether he can come back. Hmm? The reason being, yeah, Angad knows, and a leader cannot say this. Yeah, a master cannot say to his people, you know what, I can go there, but you know what, I think Lanka is a place of sense enjoyment, a place where, yeah, it's all about intoxication, it's all about enjoyments and all. So he can't say openly that, after all, I am, who is my father? Wali. So that same blood flows in me. So I might get carried away in temptations and I may not even come. Or I may even forget what is the mission all about. Of course, he couldn't say that. He didn't say that. But anyway, this issue stopped there, yeah, because there were no great jumpers anymore who could jump so high, so far, and all the eyes were looking where is hmm, who is the one who can hmm, accomplish the mission. When they were seeing around, they didn't find one person who is Hanuman, and he was just so much staring into that infinite sky and looking across this ocean, just seeing as if like maybe he could even cross through his by seeing. So what he was doing is, yeah, he wanted to at least think rather than giving up. But he is just looking how can he go now. Before it was a different story when they didn't know where is Mother Sita, but now they have a clue where Mother Sita could be. Hmm? So with that, um, Hanuman, Hanuman is looking. What is there a possibility? Is there a way I can do something? Um, um, that's while Hanuman was thinking so. Jambavan, yeah. In case of Jambavan, because of his old age, he could not do it. Otherwise, he is very much capable of doing this. But now he was also looking if some other person can be the hero here who can actually do this. And then finally, Jambavan went to Hanuman, and then he went and yeah, he saw Hanuman was very serious thinking, was very silent, deep thinking, and he was thinking on um, uh, how to accomplish, how to take up this challenge. Huh? In our life, we can see sometimes we are very desperate. We are very desperate to attain goal with whatever effort it means. If I have to wake up early or if I have to go to bed very late, but if I have a goal that I think it is mine, I want to achieve, then we are very, very desperate, very passionate, and hardworking. Yeah. So Hanuma took the mission, took the service that he is to offer to Lord Ram very seriously. uh, is only just thinking on what can be done while this was going on. Yeah? When a servant of the Lord is thinking so, the Lord also favors. So in this case, Lord Ram, what he did was that, he through Jambavan um, reminded the capabilities of Hanuman. Uh, I think we were discussing yesterday the greatness of Hanuma, that how the demigods have given boons, and of course he, out of his childhood, childishness, naughty, everything, he was causing disturbances to Brahmanas, and Brahmanas have cursed. And they said, yeah, but if someone reminds you, then yeah, you can. So in that way, Jambavan helped Hanuman to recollect who he is. Yeah. And not only that, he said, yeah, come on, Hanuman, you are not an ordinary, you are not just an ordinary Vanar, you are a son of whom? Vayu Putra. We know, right? Vayu Nandan, which means perfect, isn't it? If you have to fly, what do you need? You need favorable wind. Uh, and of course, your father is wind god. mm, Definitely, he would help. Uh, and so now, get up, Uttishta Hanuma, rise Hanuman, and then he inspired. Now you can cross over. There is nothing that can stop you. What are these? This nothing. Cross these waters and deliver from this hopelessness. Bring a hope back on us. So, people who are in the real situation, they will have really challenge because their hope keeps tossing one direction or the other. One's in favor, one's not in favor, and doubt. Yeah, the hope and doubt are always the two sides of a coin. Sometimes we doubt, and sometimes we fill with the hope. So, um, Hanuman, now with the words of Jambavan, with recollecting and with um, um, who he is, recollected his identity, he became very much charged up, and then he said, yes, I had forgotten, but whatever now I know. And slowly he raised and he stretched his limbs and he started expanding, and he just said very loudly, Ram, and remembered his Lord, seek his blessings, and started expanding, and then he expanded so much. I mean, he stepped onto one of the cliffs of Mahendra Hill, and then he took the position, yeah, with legs and hands on the floor, bent perfectly, getting ready for a jump into the sky so that he can fly and reach Lanka. And of course, there is a wonderful description how Hanuman takes off from this cliff. And yes, yeah, after all, this is what wanted, right? This is what was wanted, that uh, when we know what to do, the next question is how to do. And what to do sometimes may be quite tricky. Sometimes we don't know, but that's why we do anything and everything that we can do. But that's not the right thing to do. Then what are we doing? We are wasting time. In the case of Hanuma, he very well know that he has to go to the Lanka to find Sita, bring back the message. He know what to do. The question immediately that struck like an obstacle was how to do. And in the case of Hanuma, what he did is he, uh, in the strength of Lord Ram, he expanded himself, and he was very confident that his master is there and he is going to um, help him, empower him so that he can attain, accomplish the mission. So Hanuman, uh, he continued to invoke Ram, Ram. That's what was happening, and He was on his go and then he jumped and flew in the sky. Then what happened? Then what happened is now he is sailing on the sky. In he's flying high, very very huge. Yeah, expanded himself when he was going. Then what happened? Is that going to be so easy to find? We may think, okay, yeah. What is next? We may think in our life that there is always I do something, immediately something else comes that disturbs me. There is always an obstacle and then a next obstacle and then another obstacle. In that way, my life is full of obstacles. Oh, we may think, may my enemy also not have so many obstacles like me. And we always succumb to that obstacles and give up, compromise, lose hope, and give up. So all these things, yeah, are normal for normal people. uh, but when we see when we aspire the qualities of a great Hanuman, his qualities were what? Mission focused. Another obstacle came when he started flying in the sky. Then there was a golden mountain that came and asked him to take a break. uh, all of us, we like, right? So why not, we want to go for vacations. What we do take a break, and we may plan for a cruise. We may plan for a long, what do you call, long drive. Hmm? In that way we try to amuse ourselves so that we can get rid of at least a break from the focus so that we can recover, refresh. huh? Sometimes it might be that we may even lose our mission. But in the case of Hanuma, what happened in the case of Hanuma was that he was so much focused on the mission that he flew. He's in the sky, and then when he was going, then what happened? His focus was completely to find Sita. But just not that far he went, there was a huge mountain, golden mountain that came up the ocean. Because Sagara, the ocean god, hmm, what he said is, uh, Hanuma is on a mission of his master, who is Ram, and he is belongs to Ishwaku dynasty. And once upon a time, Ishwaku Maharaj, he favored me, and this is a wonderful opportunity. I have been thinking how I can repay, how can I serve him. And now, if I'm serving Hanuman, I am indirectly serving Ram, or actually, yeah, directly also serving Ram's mission. So, um, for that, he asked this Mainak, the mountain, the golden mountain or hill, which is actually in the crest of the ocean. What was it doing? It was blocking that pathway which is connecting the Patala Lok and Bhulok, which means whatever those low natured animals which are, the serpents and everything that are. So, in order that they don't come and overflood the whole earth, so Mainak was stopping it. So Sagara said, don't come out, but just expand yourself and then arrange everything so that Hanuma can take a break. You can give him some hospitality. And Mainak was very happy that he could do this because Mayanak was indebted to who is that? Wind god, Vayu. Huh? Once when, I don't know if you have heard that there were flying mountains. Vindhya, so many mountains when they were flying, there was no problem, but sometimes there were some accidents, they were hitting, colliding, and so many rocks fell and so many living beings died. So when the Devatas learned this, Indradev came with his sword and he was chopping all the wings of the different mountains. So when the time came that he was about to attack me, Vayudev, he, with his blow of a wind, he saved me so that he pushed straight me into this ocean. And Sagar also gave me shelter. So it's a perfect that I can serve both Sagara as well as Vayudev. So thinking so, Mayanak was extremely happy. So he expanded himself, he came up, and but yeah, Hanuma was busy. He was going towards Lanka, and then somehow he saw this. Mainak was asking, please, yeah, I know what kind of mission you are heading towards. and it's not so easy. It's uh, seemingly very impossible, and you definitely need some break, some take some rest, and once you are uh, recovered, then you can achieve your goal very easily. So this was the proposal in terms of service. Yeah, in our life also there are so many people who come, genuine devotees. What they would say, hey, Prabhuji, let me do this service. Um, uh, let me serve you. So this is of course the spirit of servants, right? So here Mainax, being a servant, he wanted to serve Hanuman. Then he arranged so nice. He made all arrangements so that this hill is filled with kinnaras, apsaras, lakes. Like now we have these ships, right? We have all kinds of pubs and bars. So all these things to make Hanuman perfect, yeah, what do you call this? Chill out, so that he can take a break. And Hanuman was not impressed. It's not that he didn't like that, but he didn't find it interesting mainly because he has a mission. He has a mission. He was not even started his mission. Yeah, there is kind of 800 miles. Uh, Srila Prabhupada refers 1 mile is equal, no, yeah, 800 miles. One, which is 800 yojanas. I'm messing up something. One yojana is equal to 13 miles. Hmm. So, so this is what they have to cross. This is what he has to cross 800 miles journey. Mm. And he has just started. And in his journey, if already he is going to look into this all comforts, when will he go and mm, mm, find Sita? And when he will come back, and when he will go and report to Ram. So he found this as a barrier. It's not that, okay, if someone gives hospitality, rejecting is my right. No, it's not about that. It's about, okay, how can I still be focused and attain my goal? So Hanuma was on that. So Hanuma, what he did is he didn't reject Mainak's offer, but he very humbly said, um, I'm very happy for what you're doing. I'm fine, but I have a big mission. I can't waste a moment of time. Hmm? So please let me go, and while coming back, yeah, I can, once the mission is done, then I can honor, but otherwise thank you so much. And what he did is he continued flying just by just touching the golden mountain, yeah, just like as if I have accepted your wonderful offer. And then he left. Yeah. Then he started flying. He further next obstacle came in the form of Surasa, the hungry serpent. This Surasa was so hungry, when as soon as Hanuma came to her, almost to that spot, then Surasa, the snake, came up, and it was saying that, you know what, you can't just cross beyond me. You have to enter my mouth, and I am happy that you are here and I can eat you. So, saying so, Surasa, she said, yeah. And Hanuma, again, he thought, okay, let me find a shortcut to move on. Why to create a problem? So he just moved aside and he wanted to go, but this demoness, she didn't allow. She said, you know what? Brahmaji gave me this boon that, yeah, um, no one can cross me, and whoever comes, they become my food. Hmm. So while this was going on, now Hanuma understood, yeah, I have to do something fast, and yeah, the way is only to um, mm, not peaceful treat. But then he started expanding because Surasa was huge, and then Surasa expanded, then Hanuma expanded, Surasa expanded. So in that way, Hanuma avoided to compete with this daughter of Daksha, Surasa, and he, with due respect to women, yeah, he tried his best, but it didn't work. So now Surasa is expanding, Hanuman is expanding. In that way, they expanded. After reaching a very huge size, what Hanuma did is that, yeah, now he has become tiny, very tiny, that he could enter into the mouth of Surasa. He even went and touched the throat, and then afterwards he came back, and then he said, "Oh mother, yeah, whatever, yeah, you wished, I did it. I could enter your mouth, and I have come out." So that way he said, I have fulfilled Brahma's boon. So he has respected Brahma, he has respected Surasa, uh, with folded hands. Hanuma begged permission, may I go now? And Surasa has seen this humility, very much touched, melted, and she could no longer remain fierce. And she said, "You know what? Actually, it's not me. I am so fearful and so harsh. It was Devatas who sent me so that they wanted to test how how you going to be prepared. How prepared are you for this mission? And not only that, she also blessed. I bless you to succeed, find Sita, hmm, and reconnecting them. Yeah, so in that way, Surasa blessed. Then Hanuman went further. This time he was thinking if he is just so low, right? There is Mainak, and then there is who is that? Surasa. He mm, he started flying in a very high altitude, very high. Uh, and then he was also going very fast. But then what happened was all of a sudden, yeah, his shadow, which was on the surface of the waters, then there was one lion, Simhika. What she did is this demoness, she has the power of grabbing the shadow. She has the power to grab the person by his shadow. So when Hanuman's shadow was there, yeah, though Hanuman was huge, very huge and very fast, but the the Simhika was all powerful where it could hold the shadow and it was grabbing. And then Hanuman, all of a sudden, there was a severe gravitational pull towards the ocean. And then he understood something is there, some demoness is inside the water, and then he has to subdue it. Only then he can proceed further. And then this time, he, uh, yeah, killed Simhika by what? When he was going down in the gravitational pull that it was pulling, he went straight with so much pressure that he pierced into the body of Simhika, and broke it into pieces. And in that way, hmm, came out escaped. Hmm. And here we can see in that way, um, Hanuman, obstacle after obstacle. First was hope. Hope was the question, and then he had the hope because he had always the Lord. People who have faith in Lord, they will never lose hope. Uh, then then there is obstacle in the form of comfort. This is what happens as soon as when we want to take a mission, when we want to take some service, there is always comfort comes first. Yeah, we look first our comfort. Yeah, and this is also a trick. Are we committed or not? Do we want comfort or do we want to attain commitment? So Hanuma surely win one against, yeah, that barrier or obstacle. Then came Surasa. The Surasa is expanding. Yeah, usually what happens is we also have this tendency of expanding when we are in a mission. We want to become bigger and bigger, that we are not comparing ourselves, but we start comparing with others. So here Surasa was comparing, hey, Hanuman is bigger, let me become bigger, and Hanuman is becoming bigger. But Surasa is becoming bigger based on competition, whereas Hanuman is showing, yes, I am not ordinary. I can also expand. That's not a big thing. But then he immediately changed because he was humble. He immediately knows there is a way out, how to win. And then he took a humble position. For him, it didn't matter whether he was big or small. For him, it mattered that how he can finish the job. So, obstacles that can challenge us, we should should not get carried away how great we are or how small. It's more important, are we able to see to the mission success? Then Simhika is something like envy. When obviously we become famous in our devotion, when we attain success, there will be people who might feel jealous or maybe very envious of us. They might want to pull us down. They may want to pull us down. So here in the case, what Hanuman did was that, he actually, yeah, first of all, he didn't want to be in that game. But when he has to come, what he did is he broke this envy. How did he do that? He just went in the similar plans that she did. Yeah. So in the case of enemy, fault finding and all these things are there. So we should be very careful. So Hanuma did not allow envy to emerge. If we allow that to emerge, then so he immediately checked, and then what he did is he made Simhika become humble. This is very important. So sometimes this means that we should also be very clear. Of course, we don't want to fight, but we have to be very clear that the other person who feels envious, right? So we don't allow them, but rather if we can help them to realize who they are, make them humble. mm. So so these are some things we can already see. A person, a successful person's secret formula is to be focused. We will see further what Hanuman did. He further did was very, very inspiring. Why? Because he his obstacles didn't stop there. Yeah, because this was only starting. Mm. It was only that this crossing ocean is just beginning. So as soon as he landed on the northern hills of Lanka, called Lamba and Suvela. These mountains, there was, you know what? There were two demigods. One was Yamaraj, and the second demigod was Shani. You know what? Yamaraj was tied with Rudra Pash by Ravana. He said, "You stay here, and whoever comes now, bless them death." And saying so, he was tied, and he was literally, he was whoever comes, he used to kick them, and Yamaraj also, when Hanuma landed from the back, he gave a big kick, and after realizing, he is Hanuma, then he felt sorry for it, and then Hanuma has released with the Rudra Pash that was there, and then he released Yamaraj, and Yamaraj escaped. Then afterwards, he saw there was this Shani Dev tied upside down, facing his face facing the hill. Yeah, and yeah, he was weeping and crying. And then Hanuma understood what kind of pathetic situation the devatas are in. Why? Because Lanka had complete control of them. One is cutting vegetables in his kitchen. Uh, devatas have become the steps, cushions of the steps where Ravan can walk on to his simhasan. So that was the situation. No one had a chance to even see face to face or even talk, or so that was a pathetic situation. Anyway, so Hanuma, yeah. So after from this northern hills, he reached the gate of Lanka. Hmm. From the top, he was seeing from the mountains. What an amazing, yeah. Valmiki Muni gives a very nice detailed explanation of Lanka. Very beautiful, yeah. And not only very beautiful, and also how sophisticated things are done in Lanka. He says they are all, the night is long there in Lanka, unlike we yeah, the day usually the Rakshasas get up very late. What is there so to do? Important is night life. And not only that, there are so many Yagyakund where all so many Lanka Vasis, they are praying for Lankeshwar. May he become successful always. Because if he is successful, he will provide all facilities of enjoyment to us. There is no dearth of wine wells. There is no dearth of sense enjoyment. So all things are provided by. So there were so many rituals that are performed, and then Hanuman. Yeah, of course, these are some details. Yeah. So, but before, yeah, what happens? Hanuma comes to a spot where he thinks, yes, we want to enter, but then Lankini is the one who wants to uh, stop. Yeah. She, Hanuman thought that no one would see him because he is very, very tiny, Hanuma. But Lankini, the gatekeeper of Lanka, so she finds him and then she says, "Hey, who are you? Why are you going here?" And then Hanuma is telling, you know what? Um, my purpose of coming here is why? Because I have heard from my friends that in Lanka, Hmm? Lanka is so nice place, yeah, and Lanka has nice fruits. Ah, I heard about it. I just want to come, take some fruits, eat, and then go back. So this is what he thought. He first of all he thought he would be undetected, but he was detected by Lankini, and now when Lankini uh, uh, mm, has stopped him, uh, and then she asked, no entrance. You can't go in. You can't go in was very strong, and Hanuma was thinking, I don't want to waste much time. So what he said is, if you don't allow me in, yeah, then I have to do something else. And then mm, that was quite roaring and kind of strong. And then Lankini didn't understand, but Hanuma gave one tight slap, and then uh, Lankini went and hit against the same gate which she was guarding. And then she was saying, "Oh." Hmm. She was she recollected who she was, and when this um, uh, if you she could recollect that once there was this Brahma. Yeah, actually I am a god of I am not god. I am also a gatekeeper in Brahmalok, but because I was feeling very, very proud of my position, Brahma said, "If you are so proud, better go back, go to Lanka. There are so many proud people. In midst of that, you will become humble." So he made me the gatekeeper here, and I felt very, very sorry. After begging forgiveness, he said, there will be one Vanara, and then when he will treat you nicely, then you will be able to come back." So she said, not only this, O Vanara, he also said that the moment when this happens, that is the beginning of end of Lanka. Uh, and that's the end of Lankeshwar, that is the end of the whole Lanka. And I even had this when Ravan has brought Sita here, that also I already thought that uh, Ravan's end is close. So in that way, when Lankini was telling all this, Hanuma felt very happy. At least he heard that Sita is here. It was not only one. Sampati is an animal or a vulture. Yeah. But at least here there is someone else, human or a who could say this. So and in that way, yeah, what Lankini said was very nice. Hanuma thought. Um, Yeah, now he has more hope that he will find Sita. Then Lankini disappeared immediately from the place, leaving Hanuma alone there. And then uh, now Hanuma enters the Lanka hmm, in a very, very tiny form. He starts going from place to place, from tree to tree. He comes across a big stadium kind of uh, construction. It's not just a place of playing, but there's a big, big factory of where lot of ammunitions are created. Yeah, all those weapons that are used for the wars, uh, the continuous burning, yeah, like a factory which is making this kind of weaponry and ammunitions and all those things, chariots, everything, such a big complex of manufacturing of these things. Then he went further, then he started seeing so beautiful, filled with nature, lot of nice trees bearing fruits, flowers, fragrance, millions of flowers, millions of fragrances. Then when he was going more deeper into Lanka, yeah, he was thinking, how can I really, um, yeah, attain my goal? It is not so easy. Mhm. If at all, if you want to win a war, there are this Sama, Dana, Danda, Veda. So Sama means, yeah, somehow you can negotiate. Um, Sama, Dana means giving some charity. Then they feel, oh, okay, let's compromise. Let's not fight. Danda, punishing is not so easy. These are not ordinary Rakshasas. And Veda, how can we make a dispute between the Rakshasas that they fight them among themselves and the war is over? It is not so easy with Lanka. So while Hanuma was thinking, he was searching, he was combing, googling all the Lanka. Where can we Mother Sita? When he was doing so, his eyes spotted a very, very magnificent palace. And this was not on the normal level where all other palaces were. This was on a special Trikuta Parvat made of three metals, gold, iron, silver. On top of that, this Trikuta mountain was his palace. It was dazzling with light, and very, very beautiful. So Hanuma thought, yes, if Sita is there, she would be here. So he jumped to that spot. And then when he jumped, he came across, he saw, what is it? Pushpaka Viman, which was just parked in front of the gate, yeah, in front of the palace of Ravan. He saw he saw I don't remember some details, but there's a very, very nice description about this mm, Pushpaka Viman, where there is also Lakshmi, golden figure of Lakshmi inside that. Yeah, after all, Pushpaka Viman is from whom? It was Kuberas. It was Ravan who was forced and took it by force. Hmm? So it's very nice, very well described. Sorry, where there are a lot of nice weapons, mm, and very nice mm, description of how it is in the form and shape. And anyway, he went further into the palace unnoticed by anyone because he was anyway very, very tiny. And then otherwise it's very dangerous because the palace was um, in the mid uh, is surrounded by a moat. Is surrounded by a moat where there are crocodiles and all these things. Not only that, after entering into the inner circle of the palace, there is uh, uh, guards who were, yeah, very, very hulky, very, very strong Rakshasas. They were guarding, going in patrolling around the uh, palace. Hanuman could escape inside. He started looking where Mother Sita could be, and then while doing this, he was going from room to room. Each room was well well furnished with some exquisite, what do you call, exotic, hmm, yeah, furniture, arrangements, drinks, wines, everything was so nice. Everything was there. So many queens were there in many. Just imagining ourselves like it would be um, uh, a, a place, kind of a facility where there are so many beds in a room, and so many servant quarters are there. So many queens were served, right? So they need also space, and beds are with golden embroidered bed sheets, covered, very, very soft, cushioned. So in that way, I mean, Valmiki describes Lanka so nicely. One of the reason is to say, what kind of what do you call what is the word I use? Pratinayaka? No. Prati Kathanayak, yeah. So, how we can understand how great is Ravan? then we can understand how great is Ram, because in spite, yeah, when Ravan is such a great person, he has everything, he is subdued by Ram. That shows how great is Ram. This is one thing. And yeah, so in that way, when Hanuman is going from room to room, he was seeing, is she Sita, is she Sita? In that way, he went through hundreds of rooms, yeah, and he didn't yet find Sita. Then finally, somehow he came into a room which is very big, which has a very big bed, and you know what? He could see Ravan for the first time directly. Heavy, huge hands. He- and he was intoxicated, he was drunk, so he was lying down on the bed, maybe after having great pleasant night. So, and he saw Ravan, mm, and later he saw a queen of Ravan who was sleeping in a bed. Mm. And when Hanuman saw, he was quite excited that he thought these the features that Ram has provided, given as hint for me, they match exactly to this queen. So he thought she is Sita, and he was quite excited, and he was thinking, mission completed. While he was thinking, he was jumping. Then suddenly a thought came again that, but can it be so? He started cross-checking the features of this queen. Again, cross-checking if it matches to what Ram has said. Now it's not matching. And not only it's not matching logically, how can, if it was Sita, why will she sleep here with Ravan? Hmm. And thinking, so Hanuman, he was thinking, oh, no, it can't be Sita. So, and then he started further searching, and then in that way he searched almost every room. In that searching business, he had seen so many um, not servants, queens of Ravan, whom he has captivated, so many princesses he has. Ravan's business was, uh, it was not window shopping. When he was going out, he was really um, purchasing forcefully whatever he want. For his pleasure. He used to bring so many and enjoy them. And they, not only that, Ravan was so handsome that even there were so many such princesses who voluntarily wanted to be with Ravan. So in that way, uh, and then it was night time, and Hanuma had to, yeah, in this searching endeavor, he had to see so many such princess or queens who were semi-nude or full nude, who lost themselves, who didn't care. They were tired after enjoyment with Ravan. So in that way, and Hanuma, who is a celibate brahmachari, he was thinking, what am I doing here? He was completely disturbed, and but after a while he kind of understood, yeah, what he's doing is not wrong. It is not that he had any interest in seeing them, and he is seeing, of course, when they are not noticing him, yeah. And of course he is on a mission of actually finding Sita, and to see Sita he may have to yeah, when we are searching for tomatoes, good quality, what we do, we don't search in some other vegetables. We really have to look in that basket. So here, to find Sita, he has to search through these queens what to do. So he justified his action, and continued searching. But then he came out of all the palace, and he was thinking, I have searched enough. I don't see whom I really wanted to see, right? Um, is there any chance? Can I really see Sita? Is it possible that Sita is still alive? It could be that because Ravan, uh, because Sita would not have accepted Ravan, that's why Ravan would have simply had killed her. Mm. So in that way, yeah, in that way, Hanuma was thinking. He was thinking, is there any chance actually? Is there any chance for him to uh, his, to find Sita? Hmm? Because after all, yeah, it's been already 10 months. It's already 10 months since she was abducted. Huh? And here, this is a place of all Rakshasas, na? So how to uh, have a hope? So he was thinking. So in that way, when he was thinking, is there a chance or no chance? In that way, when he was thinking, he got so much heavy in negativity. Maybe that Sita is not there. After all, I have seen all the rooms. If I find her, maybe Ravan would have already killed her. I think our mission is unaccomplished. Not. So, but what can I do? Can I take this message back to Ram? No. Can I at least take this message back to my troops? Angad will not live. Uh, uh, will this please Ram? Uh, First of all, as soon as Ram will know that Sita is not there, then Ram will collapse. When Ram collapse, Lakshman collapse. When Lakshman collapse, Bharat will collapse. When Bharat is no more there, then Shatrugna, and then Shatrugna, and then in that way the whole Ayodhya dynasty. So not dynasty, the whole Ayodhya. Who will survive? Even my master seeing his friend is dead. If he doesn't survive, what happens to Ruma? What happens to Tara? No one in Kishkinda also will live. So he thought that this news that he is having in his mind can disturb entire two kingdoms. So he thought, let me not be a carrier of such a bad news. Let me still look further. And when he was thinking so, he was all thinking that, yeah, only cowards, only cowards give up their lives. Let me not give up my life because um, if I can't take this, let me at least try. This is the spirit of a servant. He is always thinking how best he can find out way out. And while he was doing this, then all of a sudden, when he lifted his head, he saw there was a garden. Very far out, there is a garden, and this garden looked something. And he was thinking, did I really see this garden before? Did I search it? I think this is one place that is left. Let me. And then before going, he offered a silent and very deep prayer. He offered a prayer, Namostu Ramaya Sakala Lakshanaya. So, first thing is that he is now going to search with deeply praying. Uh, and this even later Acharyas also say that, yeah, Hanuman realized that, yeah, when he left Kishkinda, he did take permission from Ram, took the blessing from Ram. But very important after this is that he starts not only praying to Ram, he also prays Devyai cha Tasyai Janaki Atmajayai. So he is saying, I offer my prayers, respect also. To whom? To Janaki. Hmm? To Janaki. And Namostu Rudra Indra. Uh, he offers Rudra, Indra, Yama, Varuna. Varunebhyo Namostu Chandarka. So he is also praying to Chandra and then Marudgane. So he offers prayers to them, and this is what he is thinking. He offers prayers to Rama, Lakshmana, uh, Sa Lakshmana, Ramaya, Lakshmanaya, Sa Lakshmanaya, and then Janaki, and then he offers prayers to Rudra, Indra, Yama, Varuna, so Vayu, Surya, and Chandra. So the acharyas are explaining this very nicely that yes, it's very nice that um, Hanuma has said this and then found Sita. And acharyas say that if we lost something, if we want to find something, uh, one can recite such a prayer because we follow in the footsteps of devotees. What Hanuma did is he prayed to the Lordship, he seek their blessings, and then he found Sita. Hmm? So this is what is. very important, that we do not want to live in hopelessness. Yeah, there is always an obstacle because there is a purpose of an obstacle in our life. Yeah, there is always something due to which we are not finding success. But Hanuman didn't give up. Yeah, he was refilling his spirits. He was refilling his hope. He was saying, "What? Hmm? I am not a coward." He believed in him, and he didn't want to give a news. He didn't want to displease his master. So for that he offered a prayer, and he said, before it was Ram, but I think I should really pray to Sita. This is very important. Why? Because mm, mother is always merciful. Mm. Uh, so when he prayed to Ram, that's fine. Now he understood that Sita's prayers, her blessings are very important. He offered his respect. This time he realized that without her blessings, it was impossible to see her. And of course, he also further prayed to others, devatas. But here we can see, and then uh, that filled the spark of hope further. And then when he lifted his head, he saw this Ashoka Vatika. There's a garden of Ashoka trees. And then he thought, I have not seen. Let me go and see. So he still in the tiny form, tiny Vanara, he went, he jumped. Then he saw, wow. I think the more I'm seeing this garden, the more I'm getting closer to garden, I understand that it could be Sita is here. I can start feeling maybe she would have to, yeah, she would have stayed here. When he was going more deeper, and in the center, he saw there is a Shumshupa tree, and uh, it was radiating. Why? Because there is a platform or a kind of I don't know what is it called, a basement made of gold, on which this golden reflection is on the tree, looks quite amazing. And Hanuma was thinking, yes, this is the place. And he was on a tree, under a branch behind a leaf, just watching. He saw this place was guarded by only Rakshasis. No Rakshasa is there. Uh, this means this is protected only. Someone, maybe Lankeshwar is coming here for pleasure, or guarding someone who is a female. In that way, Hanuma was thinking. While he was thinking, he heard someone was sniffing like that and crying and sobbing. And then he saw, okay, who is this? And then when he saw there was a lady. There was this lady who was sobbing, and he saw the cloth color matched exactly the cloth that was the pouch that dropped from the sky. So he could confirm that it is Mother Sita. She is Mother Sita. And then from the top, he still was seeing. Yeah, uh, of course, there is a reason why she is sobbing, because of captivation and missing her husband. And not only that, because she was also all the time um, chanting the name of her husband Ram. Yeah? Here we see in Sundara Kanda there are two places where Ram, yeah, we can see the power of Ram. First thing is when Hanuman jumped from the Mahendra Parvat, he said, Ram, seek the blessings, and jumped. And which means the power of the name of the Lord. uh, Usually we think, hey, the Lord is powerful, but the scriptures and the acharyas say that the Lord's name is also equally powerful or even more powerful, uh, which we can see from the life of Hanuma. And Sita is also constantly chanting Ram, 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 and then, yeah, what else? What proof is needed? So when all this was going on, then the Rakshasis who were guarding her, they were saying, what kind of lady you are? For last 10 months, we don't have any proper sleep. We are not going meeting our family members. It's all because of you. And they were kind of wanting to torture, like that they were talking. And Sita Devi was going through great pain, and she was very lean, not had proper maintained herself. uh, So all these things, and when Hanuma was there, all of a sudden he was hearing some trumpets and horns blown, where Ravan, who was completely coming from um, what do you call, from after his drinks, yeah. So which means he, because he had some lusty desire, so he came and then he started once again uh, trying, he once again started talking to Sita in a very very uh, bad way. He used to say, hey, what are you doing, uh, um, this this you're wasting your youth. You are wasting your youth. You think that Ram will come. There is no Ram. Uh, those he was very shamelessly talking so many. He said, "Do not be afraid of me. Why you should be afraid of me? I uh, uh, you- don't be afraid of me. Don't hide your beauty from me, and all these things he was telling, um, uh, don't you think that I have done something wrong? No, abducting wives of others is accepted in Rakshas, a way of living. So, and in that way, he is justifying what he made. Hmm? If you accept me as your master, then I will offer you the entire world. Hmm? Um, so in that way, he was saying Ram is useless person. Huh? And do you think he will come here? He couldn't save his own kingdom, hmm, from slipping from his hand, right? Kingdom was in his hand. What did he do? He couldn't do anything. So, and then when he was saying, uh, um, I'm not even sure if he is, he wanted to say if he's still alive. Then he abruptly stopped. And then Sita had thrown a blade of grass on him. There is some significance, yeah, to show that, yeah, Ravan, in spite he is thinking so great, so he can't even move a blade of grass. He's not even that. Huh? So every time when Ravan was coming, he wanted to talk. Sita was just doing this. She was just taking a blade of grass and throwing, and she used to say, "Huh? If you if you are so capable, if you consider yourself so great, then what you would have done? If you are so great, then you would have won me in a war, in a battle, not just like a thief. Yeah, where is your bravery? Even Rakshasas, na, they have some bravery. Where is your bravery? Are you tempting me to luxuries? I don't care any luxuries. Where Ram is there, that is my luxuries. So in that way, she said, I don't care anything. Hmm? Those are nothing but less than a blade of grass. So that is also a reason why she threw a blade of grass. Huh? And she started even telling, you know what, you are fit for nothing. Is there no one in Lanka who can educate you what is the right thing? If so, they would have told you what to do. If you do not rectify your actions, if there is no good advisor, or if you don't change, what will happen? You will soon be destroyed along with your entire tribe. Whole Lanka will become burnt in ashes by Ram. If, now, even if you go and now ask forgiveness and hold his hands, then he will forgive, accept you as his friend. Huh? Yeah. If you do not release me now, you will soon have to face millions of arrows showered from both the arrows from both the bows of Ram and Lakshman. Uh, so you must know that you are nothing but a barking dog between two tigers like Ram and Lakshman. This was too much for Ravan to hear. Ravan, who is fully arrogant, who is fully proud. How can he accept these words? He became so raging and he said, I am giving you last 2 months. If you don't agree, then yeah, your tongue, yeah, first of all, he says, um, Yeah, I have given you the time deadline of 2 months. Huh? And these 2 months, if you don't surrender, it seemed like, uh, if you don't, I will have you for breakfast. Hmm? Because he can't touch, because Sita is Pativrata, hmm? Chaste woman. So that is one reason, and of course there are so many curses that Ravan has. So he couldn't say that, yeah, I would force myself to enjoy, but he said, yeah, I would just kill you. This is what he is threatening. And Sita, uh, uh, she said, you foolish man. Hmm? As you say such nonsense, death is actually sniffing you. It's not that you will kill me. What kind of words you are using? No one in all the three words would dare to speak to wife of Ram like you did today. Huh? Sadly, there is no one in Lanka who can advise you what to do. Your tongue should have fallen out from uttering all this nonsense. uh, my husband will punish you, for what you have done. Do not make the mistake of believing that I am hopeless, helpless. No. You think that you are a hero. What kind of a hero steals mm, a woman by tricking her husband? So all these things she spoke that make him more uh, agitated. He enraged, and then he started telling, increase the torture to this, make her realize what mistake she has done. huh? Use any and every method at your disposal. If it is sama, dana, danda, beda, whatever you want to use, do what you must. I want quickly results, that she comes on her own to me. Yeah, Hanuma was seeing all this. He was seeing what kind of situations were going and what kind of things are happening. And then after Ravan went, all the Rakshasas were thinking, hey, let's kill her like that, let's kill her like this, let's eat, uh, what a kind of fool she is. When the king himself is coming and asking, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's so arrogant, all these things. Huh? So, while all these things were happening, then, yeah, Sita was, going through great pain. She became very weak, and she's saying, "I know my Ram is very compassionate and wise. I know for sure that he could never have become hard-hearted. Uh, so, um, but I'm just thinking why he has not yet come. This is what she's thinking, uh, and she was also thinking, is it that maybe because of separation of me? Is Ram no more? Did he die in separation of me? So while all these thoughts were coming, she was thinking to herself. Then there was this Demonis, the daughter of Vibhishan, Trijata. She said, "Hey, hey, don't disturb her. Don't do all these things. You know what? I had a dream, and actually this dream is a daydream, and we know that a daydream usually happens." And she said, this dream is not a dream, but it's a revelation. And in that revelation I could see so many things. You know what? um, mm, yeah, as mm, she started telling what she saw. In the dream there was this uh, Sita. There was a palanquin, no, there was a swan of so there's a palanquin pulled by swans, in which Ram, Lakshman were there, and from the swan came Sita in white dress. um, mm, then on this I saw Ram on a giant elephant with four tusks, and Ram uh, came on an elephant to the mountain, carried Sita away with him. So this is what she saw in the dream, and not only that, she also saw that Ram, Sita, Lakshman on the Pushpak Viman traveled towards the northward direction. Uh, Thus far, uh, it's okay. The dream actually more disturbing is from now. You know what happened after that? Ravan uh, fall off from his Pushpaka Viman. He was wearing blood red clothes and drinking oil. His head was shaved, and he was behaving like a lunatic. And then Not only that, after his chariot fell down, then came whose Kumbhakarna's chariot fell down, then Indrajit's chariot fell down, and in that way, um, all this chariot in the direction of south when they were going, they fell down, and he suddenly began to fly skyward. Uh, for other ministers in that way, she was just revealing what she saw in the dream. uh, and yeah, and then in the dream she also said, I saw a vanara. uh, he was pranking everywhere, and it was smiling at as the city was burned. So she also saw in the dream that the city of Lanka is going to be burned. So sometimes we also in our life we come across some dreams, but we should understand, are these dreams or revelations? The question may also come, okay, how do we know whether should we take it serious or not? We have to really think, what message is it giving? uh, what message is it giving in the dream? So some dreams are due to revelations. Anyway, it just Trijata declared, you know what, it just means that right now Ram is somewhere around here, maybe directly or indirectly. And then when she was saying this prophecy, she then immediately there was this Pingalika bird was cooking and then making a sound. And then auspicious, that indicates that yes, what she has said is true. Whatever this dream is in fact, mm, is not just a dream but actually a revelation that is yet to happen. But how it happens? It happens that Hanuma is the one who is going to do it. How? When Trijata stopped all the Rakshasas not to torture her anymore, because the Rakshasas got scared now. Oh, because of this lady, why do we want to create our problems? So they stopped torturing her. And but Sita's torture is different. Separation from Ram and the deadline of Ravana. So she was quite scared. And in that moment, what she was doing when Rakshasas were not witnessing, she got up under the tree. She took the branch. She put her, what do you call this? Braid, the hair around it, and she wanted to commit suicide by hanging to it. This is what Hanuma was seeing, and then Hanuma was thinking, "Oh, is it all this? For this reason, he has come to just see this, not do anything. He wanted to do something to protect because he understood that if he is not quick enough, Sita may give up her life." So what Hanuma did was that he wanted to talk, but what can he talk? In what form can he appear in front of Sita? If he appears as a monkey, she may think Ravan has disguised as an animal in the form of a monkey. If he comes speaking Sanskrit, she may think that no, it is the tricks. Huh? So he has to come up with some quick means of communication, but at the same time, which will touch her heart. So he chose to speak in Awadhi language, which only Ram or very few or no one speaks in Lanka, right? To prove that yes, in fact, uh, he is Ram's messenger. When Sita was about to commit herself, giving up life because of separation she could not bear, and she lost hope, Ram filled the hope. Uh, Hanuman filled the hope by telling about the glories of Ram. Yeah. What he has to speak, he has to should be wise. And anyway, as soon as when Hanuman started speaking, that message was straight going to heart. She was convinced there is something. She already had some signs. Her left eye twitched, her left thigh was quivering, so in that way, she thought something auspicious should happen, but how can it be possible? Because I am in the midst of uh, Rakshasas, Rakshasis. Uh, what can happen? But it was Hanuman who actually brought that auspiciousness in Sita. And then, as we know, Sita was not sure whether to trust Hanuman because he seems to be very, very small monkey, and how to trust. how to trust. So she started testing Hanuman. If at all you are really sent by Ram, tell me uh, the features of Ram, the qualities of Ram. And Hanuman thought, yes, so nice. Yeah, glorification of my master, isn't it so easy? But when he started, wanted to do, he thought, how can I glorify? I am limited, my master is unlimited. Hmm. But with whatever uh, he said he'd try, and he glorified Ram by speaking Ramayana from beginning. He said so many pastimes, and he told. Uh, Finally, anyway, he convinces Mother Sita that he is indeed the messenger, and then finally, with what is that Rama Mudrika, uh, with this ring, golden ring that he showed, that confirmed Sita that yes, in fact, yes. And she was asking the well-being, how is Ram, where, what, and um, she understood everything, what is happening, what is he is going through, and she got very much disturbed to see the pain that he is going through. But when Sita was so much worried and going through so much pain, and she was saying, oh, I was hoping my Ram will come, and he has not come. And here I am going through unbearable torture and all difficulties. Then Hanuman said, Mother, why don't you just come? I can just take you. Then she was surprised, because what is the size of Hanuman? He was very tiny. And then she actually asked, what's your size? How big are you actually? Then he said, for a mission, I can become as tiny as like this, but for the mission, I can also grow as much as needed. Uh, so he filled confidence and also brought hope that um, he can bring the message of Sita back to Ram. When Hanuma said, I will take, she started telling one after the other reasons that no, 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 you may, if I am sitting on your back, I may slip down while you are flying. So many reasons she said. And finally, she said why she doesn't want to go with Hanuman. Why? Because if that would happen, yeah, what will Ram think? Ram would think, not only what Ram will think, the public, the people will think that someone has come, someone has taken, and someone has brought, and what is Ram doing? What did Ram do? No, let Ram come, let he defeat Ravan, let he free me, and let him take. So this is what. For the glories of her husband, Sita was ready to risk whatever is going on. And she even told Ravan, yeah, I mean, Hanuman heard that Ravan gave 2 months deadline, but Sita said, I am giving Ram only 1 month time. In 1 month, he has to come and take me. Otherwise, I will not. mm, I will not leave. I will not live. This is the deadline that she gives, and Hanuman, yeah, takes this deadline. He now have the message, and Mother Sita gave a physical proof that Hanuman indeed had seen met Sita. She took this tiara, which is the hang on the forehead. She gave it, and she said, "This is the precious gift from my father, from my mother." That I got at the time of wedding, and I used to wear it every day. And Ram likes it so much, and this is what I'm giving you. By seeing this, he'll be very happy. Ram mission is almost there. Yeah, Hanuman has took this. He has to go back to Kishkinda. He has to go and meet his troops in Mahendra hill on the other side of the ocean. But before that, what Hanuman does is that he wanted to assess the strength of the enemy, and not only that, he also want to teach them a lesson that what kind of strength that um, Ram's followers possess. So he destroys the whole Ashoka Vatika, which is very very dear to Ravan. If at all he want to get solace, want to get pleasure, happiness, he used to come here. This is the place of Ashoka. Shoka means sorrow. Ashoka means a place of no sorrow. But then Hanuma intentionally destroys everything so that this message goes to Lanka and Lankeshwar, and so many come to take him back. And finally, it is Indrajit who succeeds to take him back by binding Hanuman with um, what is it called? What is Brahmapash? Yeah, I think Brahmapash. With that, he is carried, he is taken to Lankeshwar, and Lankeshwar wants to teach this monkey a lesson. He thinks, how dare this monkey can enter and then does all this damage. Uh, uh, he want to kill. He doesn't see Hanuman as a messenger. He doesn't see Hanuman is come to help him. He doesn't see all these good things. What he only sees is that how dare someone enters my territory. Let me punish him. For whatever he has done, the destruction, let me kill. Then Vibhishan interferes, because he wants to uh, uh, educate his brother. What is the right etiquette? That if someone comes like this, one should not kill. Yeah. So, but uh, mm, Ravan still wanted to punish. So he says, lit the tail of Hanuman, because monkeys are very fond of its tails. And then Hanuma used this opportunity. He did not have to create a fire somewhere. It was Ravan. What he did is he tied the tail with lot of cloth, mm, and then burnt it, and then Hanuma escaped from there. They thought that he would just die or he would just escape, but Hanuman, what he did is that he has burnt whole Lanka in fire, put the whole Lanka in fire, so much that except two places. Yeah, one place he intentionally left it, not burning it. It is Vibhishan's courtyard, Vibhishan house, because he knows Vibhishan is a Vaishnav. He always worships, because in the backyard he has a tulsi leaf, the tulsi plant. So, and then after burning everything, when he sees everything is in smoke, burning all the curtains, all quarters, palace, everything is burned. Hanuman, when he comes to the bank, to the shore, water, he puts off the fire to his tail. But then a thought comes to his mind, oh, what did I do? Huh? I have put the whole Lanka in fire. Hmm? But actually, Sita is also in Lanka. Right? He was worried, but then immediately he thought, interestingly, my tail is on fire, but I am not burnt. It is definitely because of the mercy of Sita, because of her soothing, compassionate blessing. I am not burnt. So, what will happen to Sita? Nothing will happen to her. But nevertheless, let me see. When he went to Ashok Vatika again, he saw that the whole area is burned, but Sita's place is not, no damage. And then not only that, Sita was constantly praying Ram, 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 and praying for my protection. So he took the blessings again, and he then jumped back. He met he met his troops, Angad, made them very proud, made them very, very happy. Everyone very jollily, they rushed to Kishkinda to give this good news. Well, while Ram, Lakshman, Sugriv were very much anticipating what this fourth troop is going to bring, they saw from far, yeah, victory. They saw this roaring, and you know what? The monkeys were eating bananas, whatever they could get. After all, they were on a mission. They didn't have proper food, but all the Vanaras, yeah, were excited. They were lifting their heroes, and then finally Ram was very happy when he saw Hanuman. He gave a hug, and then when Hanuman explained, he gave a good news. Of course, yeah, the good news is that he found Sita, but he also gave a bad news. What is the bad news? Is the deadline that Sita said, if you won't come in a month time, then she will leave the world. Mm. So Yeah, so in that way, Hanuman has um, attained the mission of searching Mother Sita, and now what's left is uh, um, when. The question of what, how, now is when. The when is immediately Sugriv signaled everyone. He said all the troops should walk towards the South India, where this is there, and we have to go to Lanka. And yeah, that's where uh, all the troops go, and then come and face the same ocean. What to do now? It was one person going was easy. Yeah, Hanuman could fly. What about everyone else? That's what we will discuss tomorrow, and then go into the Yuddha Kanda. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful katha. Prabhuji, how so Vibhishan, so he was worshipping and Tulsi Maharani, and also he was
Mhm.
chanting the name. So how he was able to do that? I mean, how was he allowed in the area of Ravan?
The good thing is he was brother of Ravan. That's why it was possible. Yeah.
Oh,
Why? Because yeah, he's seeing, yeah, he's my brother, right?
yes, yes, yeah.
So
Ravan needs.
that was also a reason why Trijata was given more freedom, that she could yeah, she was a leader of those Rakshasis in the Ashok Vatika.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is one. Yeah, and also yeah. So when it comes to um, Kumbhakarna also, right? We can also say, hey, why did Kumbhakarna was allowed to sleep so long? Yeah. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji, yeah.
No. If it was some servant of Ravan, he would have just kicked him out. Yeah, you're just waste for us. Yeah, because you're just eating and sleeping.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, another, of course, this is also one of the very smallest sections of Ramayana. Both, I think, Kishkinda has 67 chapters, Argas, and Sundarakand has 68. I am, I have to recollect exactly, but Sundarakand happened just in 2.5 or 3 days time. Whatever we have discussed now, yeah, indeed has happened so quickly. And what happens actually from now on is even faster because Sita Devi has started a countdown, right? That is the reason all the troops will start going very fast and coming there, and then Sagara, yeah, there will be little time given to him. So many things.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. A very nice recitation, Prabhuji, as always. And I think last year, this katha went for 7 days, and I think he just took me to the, old times,
Yeah, last time we covered this whole Sundarakanda in
Yes,
little
Prabhuji.
detail. This time we could crash. We had to crash it into
Uh,
an hour or two.
Yeah, we had the entire 7 days of Sundarakanta, Prabhuji, and they say, whenever in distress, they say, here Sundarakanta. I think, I still remember all those, each and every obstacle had a,
More
message.
deeper.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. But the refresh was very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Mm. And it's also said that one usually after finishing Sundarakanda, they end with reading Rama Pattabhishekam. Rama Pattabhisheka Parayana will happen. Yeah, which is in the actual Yuddhakanda, very last chapter of Yuddhakanda, 128th chapter. So, but anyway, tomorrow we'll cover Yuddhakand in a, again, very, very brief. I think that is the biggest section of Ramayana. I don't know if we can finish in 1 hour. Of course, we will not go into the all heights of how the fights happened, but we will definitely cover some key aspects of it.
Yes, Roji. Thank you, Roji.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna Prabhuji. So yeah,
Hare
it
Krishna.
was very wonderful to hear in such a short time whole Sundara and
Yeah,
so we hear probably about I from yesterday's session you said that Kaikeshi wanted Ravana to please Lord Shiva and have the Shivlinga or
Kaika,
Atmalinga, what is it?
Kaikasi, yeah,
Atmalinga it is called or Shivlinga?
Atmaling. So, yeah, so actually, yeah, hmm, some context to this is usually the clan of Rakshasas usually worship either Lord Shiva or Brahma. Yeah, or actually, we can't simply say that all Shaivites are Rakshasas. What we can say is that at least all Rakshasas are mostly Shaivites. Yeah,
Mm.
did you get it? What I'm
Yes,
saying?
Prabhuji. Atmalinga is Prabhuji Shivling or it is
Atmaling is
different?
Lord's own, yeah, Atma, yeah, which is Ling, in the form of Shivaling.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kaikasi also worships Lord Shiva, and she had the desire that if she can worship Atmaling, and then yeah, very obedient son, he pleases by doing a very austerous penance and pleases Lord Shiva, and then yeah, that's the story there.
And Prabhuji, one more thing I was wondering that this Vali was more powerful than even his father Indra or
Mm. I think Indra doesn't want to unnecessarily waste time. Yeah, he just simply said, "Ah, okay, um, go. There is my son. He's the best contender, and not only best. Yeah, go and die in his hand." Hmm.
Indra was not serving Ravana at that time, or he was
Actually,
even.
this is a very nice question I had was that okay, on one side we know that all the devatas, yeah, they had to go through different tough time in Lanka. Yeah. So, yeah, when we talk about this, yeah, it's all about the grace or mercy of Ravana. Everything was going on. If someone is locked there, they are locked there. If someone is free, they are going. But yeah, if you see, we are telling that all the devatas are busy in yeah capture of Ravan, right? The question also will come that if they are captured, how could they go to Lord Vishnu and seek his blessing that he can Ram can come, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so this is all about like okay, I I I don't know on a timeline how what happened. Yeah, we have a kind of overall understanding. Okay, what is something behind? What is that something that is behind of what is happening? In what time interval or when? I don't know. So
Yes,
even
Prabhuji.
in case of Dundubi, I think yeah, we know this whole thing happened before Wali is dead. At least we know that, right? But how before and those things, yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
Hmm?
I Prabhuji also read somewhere that Ravana lived like some crore year, and
Yeah, yeah.
Lord Ram ruled or lived at appeared for 22,000 or some thousands.
Mm, yeah, but by the time when so Ram when he got married, yeah, and then there is this 14 years he goes exile and then comes back. So Ram got Pattabhishek at the age of 26 or 25 to 26. And of course, Ram definitely lived long, yeah, many thousands of years before they have all left to Ayodhya. That is also there. But Ravan was there even before, yeah. It is also said Ravan was one of that who was disturbing Janaka Maharaj before. Yeah. So I don't know at what age Janak was there, at what age Ravan was doing it. So there are some stories or references through which we can see Ravan was indeed very, very um, aged. Hmm? He is definitely elder, a lot elder than Ram.
Even Prabhuji, I heard or read that Dashrath Maharaj had also fought with Ravana.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, Prabhuji, sometimes they are reading so Ramayana. When we read, sometimes it or most of the time it goes beyond our think logic or
Hmm.
we can't think how
Yeah.
we deal with this.
Yeah. No, you're right. What happens is somehow there is um, yeah, we should learn what to focus in a storyline. Yeah. For example, if you're watching a movie, there are main characters, there are side characters, right? So our focus should be on the main character. Of course, we can appreciate a side character, whatever he is doing, but the main character is the one who is giving us the message, isn't it?
Yes,
Hmm?
Prabhuji.
So what happens to Ramayana also? Ramayana is such a vast, where we can see references to so many other stories. Like even we are talking about Gadi, we talk about Ikshvaku, we talk about Kaushik and Kaush, Kaushiki. No, not Kaushiki. Um, Sorry, sister of Vishwamitra Muni. What is the river name? Kaushiki, na? River name. Yeah. So many we can see that okay now we are talking about Vishwamitra and then we talk about Vasishta and they are not of that age, they were even before they had a conflict. Everything is part of Ramayana. Hmm? And then what happens is when so much is there, if we take it as it is, it would be far easy because then we can focus on the main theme. But when we want to get into detail, we may know those details, but those details are only, uh, enhance our knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we know. Okay, Vasishta and Vishwamitra Muni had this rivalry, and for this reason, all lot of learnings we can take. Everything is there, but we are talking about Ramayana in the context of Ramayana. Then we will see. Okay, what is that? Who is the center? Who is in the center? And all those things. And even I get bewildered, yeah, because so many in Ramayana itself we have so many, and just imagine Mahabharat, how many are there? Huh? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ramayana itself we are seeing so many stories. Actually I get bewildered. So many things are there. Huh?
For
But
me, the
then,
most
hmm?
bewildering is this number of vanaras that
Yeah,
unimaginable.
yeah, yeah. When we talk about Yuddhakanda, we come across that numbers which we can't even imagine, right? Okay. Are there really so many? Huh? But I mean, on one side, I'm not bewildered. Why? Because if you see in Vrindavan, there are so many monkeys, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
right.
Just on a tree, we can easily see a few hundreds.
Mm, right.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, even I share the same feel, right? When we are reading more, Ramayana is an ocean. Huh? It's an ocean of so many tales. It's an ocean of so many characters. It's an ocean of so many messages. Yeah, that's why I think if we can understand this and apply that in our life will be success.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yep, thank you. Okay. So let's close the call here. Thank you so much. Tomorrow will be Yuddha Kanda. And in case if someone is around Cologne on 17th at 5:30, I will be speaking the last session in the temple. We will be covering, I think, significance of Rama and I think something like that to finish off this whole, um, yeah, Kathamrtam sessions. Thank you very much. Yeah. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.